Hola Serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're going to do a review on the Gimme Glow Cosmetics Butterfly Vibes. This is just, I think they released a bunch of, those water activated liners along with this palette. I only got the palette, y'all. I'm not huge on liners. If you guys have seen me for a while, I'll do them once in a while if it comes in a collection. I will not go out of my way to do it. You know why? I have these, because with my eyes, because they droop so much, like this one, obviously one droops more than the other. I find it so hard to get the precision of like the straight line. So it's harder for me to create eyeliner looks, essentially. I find it easier with the rhinestone because I'm able to maneuver the placement a lot more. It's kind of hard to mess up when you can just like snatch that sucker off and put it on again with some more glue, versus if you mess up eyeliner, if you know, because once, there's just no going back. Okay, not even Jesus can save you from that drowning. It's just gonna be like, you're gonna have to mess up half of your look just to be able to put it back on, or you're gonna have to make it thicker, then this one doesn't match that side, and it's just, yeah, it's a mess. You don't want to mess with that. Okay, so kudos to the people that can actually do it, man. You are my superhero. I, for one, am not so good at that. I can do basic eyeliner. Once in a while, I'll try that. I don't really have a problem. I'll do adventurous stuff, and I'll try to do an activated, like, color eyeliners. I think it's cool. I like the looks that I see on Instagram and stuff on it. But, like I said, I'm not that good at it, y'all. Some of them be looking like a hot mess. And I'm scared. I'm scared of messing up my eye look and having to be like, clean slate and then start this over, because it's bad enough I barely have enough time to do these videos, and then to have to mess up a whole look, I'm like, oh my god, abort, there's no going back. So this is how it comes. Like, it comes like this. I think this is like an ode to the 90s. That's what they were basically saying, Y2K type of era, which I don't know about the rest of y'all, but I was born in 82, so I did grow up pretty much late 80s to 90s, obviously. And a lot of stuff that went there. Obviously, I like the butterfly. They had a lot of, like, colorful eyeshadows back then. There was a lot of denim. Britney Spears and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how that comes. I don't think it has anything. It does say vegan, cruelty free, and then made in the US. This is what it looks like when you come out. It's plastic. This is sort of like, it's like one of those, I don't know how to say if it's a sticker or if it's just one of those, I don't know. It feels like a sticker, but I don't think it's a sticker. It's a really cool design how it has. In the back, it's the same thing as the initial packaging. And then when you open it up, it does have a really nice mirror. The mirror doesn't come with any film on it, but like, it's a pretty good size mirror, y'all. And these are the tones in here. Now, I get it. Some people, obviously, this is not going to be for everybody. This is going to be for people who are not afraid of working with color. I love that they added that one brown shade. But, look, I filmed this look, right? I filmed it for my TikTok. I'm not, as of right now, I'm not 100% sure that I want to put it up there. Because, y'all tell me if you guys like the look. Because, obviously, I get a lot of, God, that's ugly look. So, I don't know. I don't think I want to put it. But I'll give you guys a close-up so you guys can see what I did with this palette. I will say that I did struggle a lot with the brown. Oh, my God. It's this brown right here. Okay, I love that they added that brown. Don't get me wrong. It's a matte brown, right? It's like a chocolatey brown. When I was putting it on, I started noticing that it stands out a whole lot. It doesn't blend seamlessly, so it's gonna stand out more than the other colors. I don't want to say it's muddy. It just doesn't play well with the other tones. So obviously you have the yellow right here, right? The yellow, I have crazy amount of fallout from the yellow as I was placing it on the eye. But it just, I don't know if it's just those two colors that don't play well or whatever, but I'm saying that, like, I don't know. I had so much trouble with that brown. I kept trying to blend it, blend it, blend it. I didn't want nobody to say, girl, you ain't blending enough. I blended to the high heavens, y'all. That thing did not want to budge. So I don't know if you want to call that pouchy or stubborn as hell, but that brown wasn't down, okay? So it wasn't moving. That's about the only one that gave me, y'all, these shimmers are so gorgeous. The one that I use for my inner corner highlight, this one, that is so freaking pretty. On its own, it has this like shift to it, which is maybe between, I want to say between a pink, a gold, and some type of green. Oh, it's just, it makes a perfect inner corner highlight. On its own, even on its own, it's really cute. I use this teal too. I use the teal right here in this area. That teal is so gorgeous. It stands out. Right here, I use this green. This green is like a shifty green. It's like between an olivey green and maybe it has these little micro glitters or like a brighter green. So you have that little shift in between. But you can differentiate, obviously, the teal from the green. And then this pink. The thing is, I used half of my transition shade. I used this lighter rosy pink, right? Which is pretty pigmented on its own. And then I use this bright pink in this area. Right when I get to that part in my TikTok video, I was like, oh, maybe, I don't know. I was kind of regretting it. I was thinking like, maybe I shouldn't have messed with that. I don't know. I'm okay with the look. Looking at it right now, I like it. But I know obviously it's not going to be the type of look that's for everybody. A lot of, maybe somebody might say, oh God, that looks horrible. But I'm telling you, as of now, I did struggle with blending. I had to reapply some of the tones, just like reintroduce them, you know, to the areas, obviously. Like that pink. That pink was one that I had to keep on adding to it, adding to it. It does die down a tiny bit, so it's not as pigmented as it first went on. When it first went on, it was, y'all, it was here. It was here. It was as bright as my, you know, my lipstick. But as I've had it on for at least an hour, it does die down somewhat. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it does die down a little bit. That pink is still there. It's more of a muted version of that pink. The shimmers didn't go anywhere. The yellow showed up, but it's like, I don't know. It looks more like a darker yellow. I don't know if it's just because my skin tone. It might be just my skin tone though. It's not as bright as a yellow obviously as this yellow in here, right? This is like a super bright yellow. And then you look at my yellow on my face. Maybe it's just my skin tone and I'm tripping. But I added, you know, eyeshadow base before anybody says anything. Don't give me nothing for that because I did add. Obviously, I always use my Anastasia, but y'all, that didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. So, I don't know what to tell you guys. I'm going to start with the swatches. I'm going to start from right here, the first one, and we're going to go clear across each of the rows till we get to the end of this palette, okay? So the first one is that pink shade. None of these shades have names, so I'm just going to go one by one. Like I said, I'm going to go one all the way across each of the rows until we get to the end of the palette. That's how I normally always do it. I don't, if there's names, I'll name them, but like I said, these don't have names, y'all. They just literally go like that. So this one is that first one. It's just like a Barbie purple pink. Purple. It's like a purple pink. I don't want nobody to like, what the heck, Sarah, making up words. This is that one that I use as my inner corner hot. Yeah, it is so freaking gorgeous. Like I said, it has that shift in it. This reminds me so much of like a really intense Super Shock shadow from ColourPop. Look at that. Oh, it's so beautiful. They go on really smooth. I don't want to say like buttery smooth, but I don't have no problems putting them on. And I literally could tap them on and they just go on so beautifully. Now next we have that bright pink that I have on. This one feels a little dry, just letting you guys know. It just feels a tiny bit dry, a tiny bit grainy. I don't think it'll give you any problems. I didn't have any problems with that shade in particular, but I did notice that I had to apply it several times in order to get to that intensity I wanted. And in the end, that one didn't really stand out a whole lot as I would have wanted it to, compared to that first pink shade that I used for my transition right here. I felt like there wasn't a whole lot of difference between that one and this one. Maybe like a two-tone difference, and I was like, really? Really? Like, what are you doing, Helen? Like, what are you doing there? Next, we have that beautiful mint matte shade. And in person, this looks like such a gorgeous shade. And here is, look how beautiful that is. Oh my God. You know, that is such a gorgeous shade, but with my experience today, I feel like it wouldn't live up to that on my eye. I feel like if I use it, it's not going to be that great. So I'm just speaking from experience today, from what I've seen. They apply on okay. Do they look as intense as that? No, they don't. It might be just the skin tone. Maybe it's the formula. I don't know. It's not bad. I'm just saying, like, don't expect it to look that intense on your eye unless you're probably either lighter than me or you have a really white base. That's what I'm thinking. Next, you have that brown that I said I used. This one feels grainy. It does feel dry. And it's like a maroon brown now that I'm looking at it. And you guys see how, look how it applies on, right? That, I don't see a whole lot, maybe right here, a little bit of patchiness, but like, it does not blend well. It doesn't play well with other tones in here. I don't know if it's something in that formula, but like, I couldn't get it to budge to even basically blend out with the yellow, and it was not budging. So it looks like I have like a harsh line there, and it wasn't purposely done. I don't want nobody to criticize me like, girl, you didn't blend that right. I couldn't have blended more even if I tried. Okay? Just because I'm blending it doesn't mean it's going to work. Sometimes it's not you. It's the actual product. So I don't know. You know? It's whatever now. Next, you have, oh my God, look how gorgeous this one is. It is this pink tone shimmer, and it has little micro glitters in it. I love this one. It's so freaking gorgeous. It reminds me of like this rosy tone glitter shimmer, like a tiny bit of mauve, but it's so intense in person. The way it stands out. Like I said, the shimmers were worth it when I was looking at them, and I'm applying it to my eyes like, ooh, these are nice, but they kind of don't play well with the mattes. I don't know. So next row, beginning of the first next row, we have this green. It's a matte green. And it's looking good as far as the swatching right now, but like, I'm thinking it's going to be very similar to what I'm experiencing with these mattes that you in this palette, that you have to like build them up. I had to apply that yellow several times, and it did not look as intense as that. Okay, so that is the green. I don't have a whole lot of expectations for that one, if I'm being honest, but everybody has their own experience, so maybe you might make it work better for you versus for me. Okay, I don't want you guys to take it as negative. In the next one we have is this really bright coral pink matte. Ooh, I love this shade. I live for corals. I actually like coral shades. I had this one lady who was looking for, when I was looking for my daughter's quinceañera dress, she was there trying to look for a prom dress for her daughter. And they bought her this beautiful, gorgeous, like, coral dress. And her daughter was African American. And she was like, that color is not going to look good on her skin tone. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's a good color. That looks good on darker skin tones. I don't know. Maybe just some people feel more uncomfortable with certain tones. But I feel like coral looks very beautiful on darker skin tones. It just pops. Look at that. That's such a pretty shade. I love that one. Next, we have that olivey green tone matte. I really wanted to go full on green when I saw this palette, but then I kind of thought about it and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do it because I feel like green is the most obvious looks I would go for. Green, blue, definitely use a teal because I love teal, turquoise, all those shades, but I kind of try to think outside the box and create a look you guys didn't expect from me. Even though I think I'm already plenty out there already to begin with. Next you have this mauvey blush pink. Ooh, that's so nice. That's a matte. There's like quite a bit of fallout when it comes to these matte too. Even with just the swatching my finger, it's kind of kicking up somewhat. That's a really gorgeous transition shade. Especially want to create like a soft romantic nudie look. That would be a really good shade for that. Now we come, oh my god, see how intense these shimmers? Do you guys see that? Oh, that one was so gorgeous. When it went on so intense, it just died down somewhat, but it has this like blue and green shift to it. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that, but you guys see that? It's like a perfect siren mermaid tone. Now we have that one that I use for my transition shade, which is it's a pink rose type of matte. That's 2 swatches right there. And look at that. It's already intense. I didn't have a problem with that shade. It applied really pretty. Enough pigmented for me. It was pigmented enough. And even then you could still see it there. It's still there. It's a really pretty shade. The only problem I think I had with it was when I applied that shimmer, the turquoise shimmer. See, that's not as intense as it is right now in my eye because the turquoise shimmer is in this area and it doesn't look like that no more. So like I said, it does die down somewhat. I feel like the turquoise almost completely overran the look. That's probably the only thing I was struggling with, trying to keep them all to play nice together. Like, come on, children, don't fight. In the beginning of next row, which is the final row, we have this super dark pink. I didn't get to use this pink matte today, but let me tell you, I wanted to use this one. It is just like this very bright magenta matte. It does feel dry, but I don't think it'll give you any problems. It does show up a little tiny bit of patchy right there, but I don't know. I feel like these will stain though, okay? Just being honest. But look at that shade. That's so pretty. Then you have this random yellow orange. It's like a mustard. Yeah, it's like a peach. A peach matte. Almost yellow. Like an orange. Yeah, it's like an orange. That's what it looks like in person. But I was not expecting this shade. It's like a sunflower yellow, huh? Doesn't it look pretty? I like that shade. It's just, I don't think, from the experience of the yellow that I did earlier, I feel like it might not work. I don't even know. I haven't tried it, but I'll give it a try. I just don't have a lot of faith in it. Now we're doing that green, the intense, it's like a green beetle type of scarab, huh? They should have called it a scarab green shimmer. Look at that. Oh, I'm telling you guys, the shimmers in here make it worth it. They're like really intense, really pretty, foily type of shimmers, but they do die down somewhat. It doesn't take away from the beauty of it. I like them still. It's just be expective of that. Next we have this brown. It's like a nudie type of brown. I like it. It's really pretty. Yeah, now that looking at the viewfinder, it looks kind of more of an orangey tone, huh? But I don't know. It looks more of like this. Might be like a terracotta. Maybe, huh? I don't want you guys to think, oh, Sarah's tripping. Next, we have that yellow. I don't know how this yellow is going to work, y'all. I'm going to be honest. But this yellow, I don't know. It looks really pigmented on the swatch, but like I'm telling you guys, on me. Look at this. Look at it. That's it. That's it. That's all she got. it kind of like left me wanting, only because ColourPop never did me like that. ColourPop always worked out in the end. Like ColourPop knows how to do a yellow. You know, you see the intensity of their yellows, and they stand out. Even on dark skin, they stand out. But like that one kind of died down for me a little bit, and I was like, I don't know what happened. Is it me? Did I mess up? I started questioning my whole life. Okay, last shade is the final shade, and that is that beautiful dark matte, like a green teal. So freaking pretty. I didn't get to use this one, and I wanted it to use it so bad. Like I said, I gravitate towards those green, blues, teals. Those are my tones. So I wanted to create something like this using this, you know, obviously that. And then I wanted to use that mint green. But then I said, you know what? I don't know. Like, then they're going to say, well, she only used certain tones. How am I supposed to imagine using the entire, you know, palette, different colors, in order to create a look if you limited yourself to only the greens of this palette? And it kind of defeats the purpose of not convincing you, but showing you what you can do with the palette. You understand what I'm saying? So those are all the tones in here, y'all. I'm hoping I was able to help you guys to decide whether you want the palette for yourself. It's completely up to you. I'm not going to tell you it's good. I'm not going to tell you it's bad. It has what I said I experienced from it. As far as like, I experienced the yellow dying down. I experienced a little bit of fallout from the yellow. Picking up the brush, like just putting it in the palette. That had a lot of fallout. Like right here. But it's yellow. You know, it's not a big deal. It's not like you're using black. Brown, that does not budge. That brown does not budge. And then the pink dies down. The shimmer that I have on my face right now, they do die down. The intensity dies down. I think the only one I'm still impressed with is that inner corner highlight, that it did die down, but it's still equally beautiful. Like the eye look in general is still pretty to me. It's just, I'm saying that the intensity goes down, and now you're left with just some watered down version of an eye look that I created. I don't know. Now, if you guys are wondering about the rhinestone, I did mention in my last video for the Luis Castro. I keep saying Torres, dang it. Luis Castro Time Beauty Creations. I bought these little rhinestones off of Amazon, okay? And they come in like different types. I have French vanilla pearls, white pearls, colored pearls. These are all rhinestones. So I have yellow, black, orange, one that's mixed with like purple and blue, aquamarine blue, ruby red. I have some silver, like platinum, just one regular, you know, the crystal ones that they have. And then the ones that I have on particularly right now is one that's mixed with pink and green. And then I have ones that are just pure pink, like this. I think it was this one. It's this rosy tone pink right here. So I have that one, and then I have, I think it's this one that I have on right now. And then I have some regular yellow, I believe it's yellow green. Is it yellow green? No, it's like yellow and green. So those are the ones that I have on right now. And obviously, rhinestone's not for everyone. I do leave the house like this. When I have an eye look like this, I will leave the house like this. People look at you a little bit more, but I get, for the most part, I get a lot of compliments. People don't look at me like I'm crazy. Maybe if it was like all over my face, but it's just the eye look, you know? So people tend not to care. I don't know. But like I said, if you want this palette, get it. It's cute. But I can't remember how much it costed. I will say, try to get it if it's on sale. If it's still available, I have no idea. I'll probably leave that information down there. If you guys can snag it up during a sale, do that. Probably not full price. It is pretty. It's just, like I said, for the stuff that I had to go through to this, I feel like it's up to you. It's your money, okay? I'm not going to tell you guys what to do with your money. Do what you want. So I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell so you'll be notified each and every time I upload a new video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.